Hello, my name is Andy and welcome to your virtual Cultivation Kitchen course. I would like to give you a special thank you to Walpole Media for helping us safely record 6 feet apart in the studio today, which is why I am not wearing my mask. Today we will be discussing why eggs are used in recipes for baked goods and what ingredients can be used to substitute eggs in these recipes. To find out, we will be making oat banana applesauce muffins. First, I would like for everybody to think about why we use eggs in baked goods, such as brownies, cakes, muffins, or cupcakes. What do eggs do for these baked goods? If you don't know, that's okay. I can start by telling you a few reasons of why we use eggs in a baked good. Eggs provide shape, color, fat for flavor, and leavening abilities, which means they help those brownies, cupcakes, or muffins rise and become extra fluffy. So what happens if we don't use eggs? These goods probably would not taste very great, which is why there are substitutions that can act just like these eggs. So today, let's make muffins without eggs to see how they taste and find out which ingredient was disguised as the egg. Everyone should have their ingredients out in front of them for this recipe. These ingredients are cinnamon, oats, flour, applesauce, baking soda, brown sugar, vanilla extract, and Greek yogurt. Now before we start, everybody be sure to wash your hands with soap and water. And before we begin, everybody please be sure to preheat their ovens to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You should all have in front of you a 12-cup muffin tray, as well as a large mixing bowl. And we will be measuring out ingredients and combining all of our ingredients into this bowl and then distributing the mixture into each of the cups of the muffin tray to make our muffins. So first, we'll be measuring out 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and placing this into our bowl. So remember our conversion, 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons. Add this right into your bowl. Second, we're going to be measuring out 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. And you can use a measuring cup to do this. And if you do, you can get as close to that line as you possibly can, that 3/4 cup line. Or if you have one of these, you can also just scoop right into the Greek yogurt. And you may want to use an additional spoon to help you scoop out the excess Greek yogurt. Next, if you use a measuring cup, you may want to wash it, as we'll be measuring out 3/4 cups of applesauce. Or, if you don't want to use a measuring cup, 3/4 cup of applesauce is just 2 cups of applesauce. So you can put these right into your bowl and they should come out nice and easily without an addition of another spoon. Next, we're going to add our 3 ripe bananas to the bowl. You don't need to mash these yet because we're going to be mashing and mixing them later on. So you can put them whole right into your bowl. Again, you want to make sure they're nice and ripe. So that means they can be a little bit brown on the outside, but that's okay because that will help make our muffins nice and moist. Next, we're going to be measuring out 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So to do this, you can use a measuring cup. And again, you want to get as close to that 3/4 cup line as possible. This will help keep our muffins nice and sweet and give it lots of flavoring. You might need to shake the cup a little bit. And as soon as you get to that line, it looks good, you can add it to your bowl. So next, you're going to be using a teaspoon and add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to the bowl, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So for the cinnamon, if you have a cap like this one, you may want to unscrew it and pour it right into that cap. And add this to your bowl. Next, we're going to be doing 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Same thing. And add this right into your bowl. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This can either be done by pouring it into your teaspoon, or if you want, just pour a little bit into your hand. And this can even be just a sprinkle of salt because it's really not that much salt. So next you need to measure out 1 cup of oats with a measuring cup. Again, if you have one of these, you can use your oats and pour them right in and fill it right up to the top. Or you can use a measuring cup and fill it right up to that 1 cup line. And add these right into your bowl. Lastly, we're going to measure out 1½ cups of flour. So to do this, you may need a little bit of help if your flour is brand new and it's a little heavier. So you actually may want to use another spoon, or you can put your actual cup in here, and you should be able to just scoop it right out and have it come out just like this, and scoop it right into your bowl. And then I have a 1/2 cup serving. I can do the same thing. Or if you have a measuring cup, you can just measure it right up to a 1/2 cup and then 1 full cup. So now that all of our ingredients are in our bowl, we can mash it first and then start mixing. So we first want to make sure that our bananas are being mashed and mixed together. Until you achieve a consistency that is smooth enough to pour into the muffin tin cups. And it may get a little messy, but that's okay. So now, while everybody is mixing, I'm going to talk about the importance of eggs and the different types of egg substitutes in this recipe. So I want everybody to try and think about which ingredient was used as the egg substitute in this recipe. If you said the applesauce, you're correct. If you said the Greek yogurt, you're correct. And if you said the mashed bananas, you're also correct. All 3 of these ingredients copy the functions of eggs in foods as they work to hold the muffin together and provide moisture, just like you're seeing right now. The baking soda is used to help the muffins rise in the oven, and it's important to know that the muffins may not taste exactly the same if you choose not to use eggs versus using eggs. These muffins without eggs may be much moister and gooier, which is just as tasty, but if you prefer to use the eggs, that's just fine too. It's just important to know that you don't always need to use them. You can distribute your servings into the muffin tin, and then when you're done, you can place them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes and just keep checking on them because they may take a little longer, but usually takes 25 to 30 minutes. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe and learning about how to use the different ingredients that act similarly to eggs. And when you're done, they should look something like this.